Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Under 20 Canadian Championships, sponsored by New Holland. We're very excited to have a round robin game here, Saskatchewan versus Nova Scotia. My name is Helen Radford. I work with Curling Canada. I will be with you tonight. Luke, are you joining us?
Hi, Helen. How are you?
Perfect.
So happy to be here.
Yeah, so Luke Saunders is also going to join us on the broadcast tonight. So he's at home in Halifax. I'm here in Summerside. We're looking forward to a really great game here against two really good teams, Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia.
Yeah, it's fantastic, Helen. I've been following along for the week. It seems like it's going great there in Summerside. What's the vibe like, and how are the athletes doing?
You know what? They're really enjoying both curling in the curling club and the arena. The ice has been great. The ice techs have been doing a fantastic job. And you were just here, Luke, last week with a finish in the final. It was so close. Maybe tell us a little bit about your week, because you just played on this ice here in Summerside.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to echo everything you just said. I thought the ice and the facility were fantastic. I thought the ice makers did a great job. I believe the head ice technician's name is Matt, right, from Winnipeg?
It is, yep.
Yeah, and there was also a great addition for this juniors that they brought in. I believe her name's Katie from Toronto. She works mostly at the Granite Club.
Yep, she's doing a great job at the club.
Yeah. Oh, she's doing the club side?
Yep, so Matt's still here at the arena, and Rebecca is at the club.
And I gotta say, Helen, like, the setup for the event, the arena is actually attached to the host hotel, so they're just able to walk pretty much just inside to get to the arena to play the games. And I'm sure the athletes have benefited from some good rest and some good hospitality there in Summerside.
They sure have, and I know these two teams are excited to be out here.
Yeah, Team Wyson from Nova Scotia. I think this is their first junior nationals, so it's very exciting for them. Both teams, I think, are close to being out of playoff contention. Is that right?
Yeah, they're both even with a 1-4 record, so it's going to be pretty tough for either team to make it into playoffs. But I know they've had some really good games while they've been here this week.
Yeah, we just had a center line violation there, just ticking the center line guard off, so it's just replaced to where the original spot is. But I probably can say the same thing for Saskatchewan, where this might be their first juniors, or maybe Saskatchewan 2 rep. Is that true?
Yeah, actually, this is an interesting team from Saskatchewan. So just chatting with them before the game started, they actually met halfway through the season. So 3 of the girls were playing together as a threesome, and 2 of the players were together looking for a team. So halfway through the season, they actually got together. So this Saskatchewan team is actually a 5-person team. So 3 players alternate playing lead and second in every game. So they alternate all the way through.
Wow.
Yeah, and so chatting with them, they said they've been having lots of fun together.
Nice.
So today, the second Maya and the lead Hannah, they're both from Regina. So they have played together before. And the skip Ava, third Annika, and the player sitting out tonight, Leah, they're all from the Saskatoon area.
Yeah, the 5-man rotation has proven that it can work. I mean, my fiance Marley Powers, who we're playing mixed doubles with there in Summerside last week, is on a 5-woman team with Christina Black, and they're able to kind of rotate in at second a little bit and jump in through the year if anybody needs to miss out for whatever reason. And it seems to really keep things fresh and also extremely positive for the girls, just to sort of, like you say, enjoy their time together and work through these tough games, which everybody I'm sure is having at the juniors this year.
Okay.
Nice come around. Back button, looking for the freeze here, Nova Scotia.
A little more ice. Even still a little bit more.
Team Y-Cent, we had a send-off there at the Halifax Curling Club a few weeks ago. Very nice team, and their third is related to Owen Fisher, who's on Team McIsaac, was actually in Summerside with us playing the mixed doubles U-20 representative for Canada. So she as well has experience on this ice. I'm sure she's taken as much as she can from that experience and bringing it here this week with the team.
Curl, Grace.
Yeah, that's what's great about the mixed doubles event the week before. There were a few, I think 7 of the athletes from the mixed doubles, the under 21 mixed doubles last week who are playing this week. So as you say, able to carry over some of the knowledge that they learned last week. Got some rocks in play here. So Saskatchewan's sitting in a good spot here. So Annika, their third, is going to try to
Top 12.
just Christmas tree it.
Line's good.
Nutana Curling Club seems to be doing great in Saskatoon. A lot of good teams play out of there.
Whoa. Top 8. Whoa, we're on the front.
A little bit of an overcurl here on the guard.
Lots of excitement right now in Moose Jaw as the men's worlds are about to get started.
Yeah, that'll be a great event. There's just a lot of energy in curling in Canada right now with this juniors going on, and Rachel Homan winning the women's and now off to Moose Jaw to play. So I think it's all feeding into one another. I was actually just listening to Mark Kennedy's interview with TSN there about his junior event he runs, the Mark Kennedy Junior Classic, or
That's right.
something along those lines. And it sounds like the boys are geared up. But I think on your note, Helen, about there being this 5-player Saskatchewan team, it just shows how much interest there is in curling in Canada for the junior level, and it's so exciting to see Curling Canada taking the initiative of introducing these tiers of
I think we're there.
having 2 different teams from each provinces. Do you know kind of where that started from and where it was rooted, that idea?
Yeah, I think we started with U-18. That's a developmental opportunity for us at the Nationals. So we wanted to have as many young players experience National as possible. So we have 21 boys teams and 21 girls teams at the U-18. So we have 42 teams at that particular event. Because the interest is there, and also, we're seeing the level of play is getting better and better. So at this under 20 event, we have 18 teams per gender.
Right.
So we have them in 2 pools of 9, and then we head off to playoffs. Top 3 in each pool will head off to playoffs this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at almost near 150 athletes coming into Summerside, and it was interesting talking to some of the ice makers who sort of talks about the families that that come with the teams and sort of the impact that it would have for a place like Summerside to host some of these events where you're just getting so much great attraction and fans in the stands and ability to host a large group of people. And as you say, they're getting great experience from it as well. So all in all, I think the Nationals is in great hands with the volume of players that are looking to get better and play.
50 for me too? No, probably like 40. That's okay. Clean 40, no ad. Okay, I like it.
So Saskatchewan without Hammer here is just looking to cap a guard, I believe, on center line.
That's there. That's like in. Top 12.
There's probably a small chance you could hit and roll away on this shot too, Helen, if they wanted to.
Like top 8.
Yeah, a little
if you can
bit
force.
tricky. Nova Scotia's got Hammer.
Right.
Top 8 right now.
Maybe looking to freeze this now with the weight being a little heavier.
Woo!
Nice little tuck behind there.
What do you think?
Yeah, landed kind of an interesting spot. Nova Scotia's going to have to deal with that top 4 rock.
Then that goes to there. Push that way. This might stay open.
Yep. I like it.
With like 10.
Okay. You got it, Kate.
I've loved watching the juniors this week because you can really see them working through all the ideas, and it kind of helps your own knowledge of the game grow, where you can kind of see maybe what they like, what they don't like, you know, what the good options are on each shot, and how they come to that conclusion, because the communication seems to be really good out there. Another decision here for Saskatchewan with that yellow rock rolling the 8 foot there for Nova Scotia. We're going to choose to nose hit it. Maybe a slight roll away, but you kind of need to stay for second.
Little flop out's good.
Okay.
Right.
I think as long as we're second shot.
Just leave. They'll have to run for 1, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Good communication there. It's nice to be able to listen to the athletes there when they're chatting through the shots, which is great.
Yeah, and I mean, working with you a little bit this year, Helen, I really like that you were talking about
Like 9?
Rachel Homan's team and sort of what they see in each shot. And it's good that that kind of relays down into the junior level.
Well, when you have all 4 people into a shot, it's,
fine, Eva.
you know, really changes the game and the communication piece. And
That's not ideal.
a lot of these young teams are doing a fantastic job with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could play that. Just nose.
Yeah.
Like
So she rolled into her own there, and it kind of works.
Yeah, it does.
Katie's going to have to
around the
nose.
hole, which, yeah, even that, you might just come off this like toothpick and just go over the top, right?
Yeah, I don't mind this. Same thing I just did.
Yeah.
Even if I hit
Yep.
10.
Yeah, I like it.
that, eh?
I like a 10. Yep.
I just realized the Helen
10 seconds for an edge-on-end shot can sometimes be a little heavy, but the way Katie throws it, she's a pretty straight thrower. She'll be close on this.
Same weight as I just threw.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
Clean.
10.
Clean.
Yep.
Clean. Yeah. Clean.
I have the advantage of being directly behind the sheet, and she threw that really well.
Okay, you're good.
Nice. Lots of rotation there too, Helen. That was good.
Nice shot. So Nova Scotia scores 1 at the end of the first end. We'll be back with you after a short break.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient, that can produce food for the world.
From cash spiels to grand slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling, with the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
and welcome back to the second end here at the 2025
Nope.
New
Okay.
Holland Canadian Under-20 National Championships.
Okay.
We've got 36
Whoa.
teams here. Started off the week.
Yeah.
We're getting close to near the end of the round robin. We've got two great teams here, Saskatchewan and Nova Scotia. We
Yeah,
anticipate
we have
this
a
to be a
center
close
line
one.
guard up. Center line guard up. It's very close. Sounds like it's off center. So if this rock does touch the center line guard, everything would stay in play. A great first end of action there, Helen, and looking to be a great game.
Annika's rock. Top four. Back. Okay.
Top button.
Like 15
Rocks in play here early. Nova Scotia's coming around their center.
Weight looks really close. All there. All there.
This is
Back in,
Grace
Ashley,
Adams.
back
She's
in.
20 years old and she
Back
goes
in.
to Dalhousie University.
Need something.
Yeah, and you know, from the on a brushing aspect on the junior side, I really love watching them judge weight.
Yeah.
They seem to be pretty confident that was back four right out of her hands. That was a good judge from the brushers, just a little wide there.
What are you throwing here?
So with all your experience, Helen, at the junior level and knowing past years and how those juniors have gone, how is this year compared level-wise?
Oh, I think, you know, each year we see really strong teams, and we also see teams that are coming here for the first time. But once we started the Under-18 Nationals in 2017, we're starting to see teams that show up at the U18, and then we also see them at the U20, which is quite nice. But each year it changes a little bit. Sometimes you see teams play together for a number of years. Sometimes based on where they're living, it changes a little bit. But so the front end of Saskatchewan today, so Hannah and Maya, so they've played together for a number of years. So they would have that nice consistency amongst the two of them.
Yeah, and
Weight's there.
I remember Optimist, like there was an Optimist spiel that was really prevalent when I was in juniors, but in terms of under-18 national events,
Versus rock.
they were sort of hard to come by, it felt like, or maybe hard to get into. Maybe I just didn't qualify, but now it just seems like the juniors are able to gain so much experience
Stop curling. Bump.
at a national level and
15 6.
playing great spiels across the country that these events have really seen a rise in ability.
Saskatchewan recognizing they need to clean some things up here.
We'll see if the double spiel is able to be made on this.
Hard. Hard, 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 hard. Shooter, roll. Okay.
All the way, single peel, just off center line.
Same weight. Little more ice.
That's one thing on the mixed doubles ice that I really felt like it was coming off a hill with some of these guards. I noticed they're taking almost side 12-foot for this guard here, and it really does walk. It's hard to stop him from curling. This looks like it has good rotation. And
Curl. Curl, Grace. Gotta curl hard.
see if it moves. They're going for curl now.
Nova Scotia happy to put up a guard again. Saskatchewan's going to want to clean things up.
Timeout.
Saskatchewan with hammer here in the second end.
So we have coach interactions at U20.
Yeah.
So we're just going to listen.
To dig it out, you dig that
We're going to listen to their coach,
So
James
you get one of
Mullany.
the guards, that's fine, but there's a big hole there with the gap between those.
The in or the out?
Put that in. Let's make sure it's Maya throwing. What kind of weight do you want here? We don't have to be too cute. You're going to get that finish on it.
Right. Like hack? 12?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
maybe get her to come down and have a look at it, get clear on that weight, and take your time. Let's go.
So good conversation with their coach, James. Each team has 2 coach interactions per half. So in the first half, they have 2. We'll just listen to Ava and Maya.
Okay, you like it? Yeah, we just said I think we can chase it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a higher guard here, Helen, so they're able to chase, but I just want to ask about those coach interactions. I think it's an amazing idea. It's something that should be done in most sports, which it kind of is when you think of sort of a hockey coach or a basketball coach being on the sidelines, always interacting with their team. But how did that concept come about? And do you know where it kind of originated to get the coaches out there and more involved? And really, they should be. If they're going across the country for this event, a coach should be interacting with their team and trying to get as much out of each shot option as possible. We'll see how this goes here, though.
Yeah, we'll watch the shot and then I'll chime in.
Looks like it's on the guard. Oh, nosed. Gonna have to get that out of there. Our skipper.
Okay, there's still an opening there for Nova Scotia. Yeah, so to talk about coach interactions, it actually started in Saskatchewan quite a few years ago, and Pat Simmons was one of the key building people behind it, as well as, you know, a lot of others who were trying to get more coach involvement so that it's not just a coach sitting on their hands and not able to say anything. And one thing that we definitely see that the coaches are more engaged. They enjoy it. They don't have to use a coach interaction. So they're optional. Their clock does not stop. So their clock continues to run. So they can use up to 60 seconds, but most teams don't because they recognize it's just an opportunity to have a quick chat, get on board with whatever the call is, and then keep the flow of the game.
Can they talk to their coach in between shots or throughout the game?
They can talk to their coach between ends. So the coach, you might be able to see, the coach will actually walk to the other end in between ends. And this gives the coach and the athletes a chance to chat at the end of every end. And then they do have the additional 2 opportunities during an end in the first half, and then 2 opportunities in the second half.
Hard for line here.
As you know, with arena ice, so weight dependent. So if that weight's down just a smidge, it will touch the break point just a little bit.
This is going to be a tough come around. I mean, just on that note, Helen, about if the break point, and you kind of, on arena ice, it's a little bit more finicky. There's a high guard up there and some stagger on some off center line guards. Tricky shot here for Nova Scotia. Sit second.
Yeah, so third stone Karis Fisher. She's looking at this tight court to come through.
Gotta move.
Back 8 weight, a little heavy to navigate.
No, not Grace. Just right here, right here.
Whoa, just leave it.
I think we just have to throw it to,
Sorry. He's like, trust that it's gonna curl.
Karis is such a nice person. We had a couple mixed doubles practices with her before going to Summerside, and her and Owen are great futures for Nova Scotia to be at the event and playing well. Freeze attempt here from Saskatchewan to follow her down. She just saw the path.
Yeah. Whoa. Top 4. Curl.
Top 4 from the sweepers.
Yes. Hard, Maya. Hard. Roll.
On the
You're just guarding it up now, Kate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Even here it's not bad.
You can't come this way though, I don't think. Do you think?
So although the Nova Scotia Stones are behind T-line, there's a lot of staggered guards up there, and Nova Scotia is just looking at clogging it up even more now, not thinking about trying to sit 3 in the rings.
Gonna just curl it.
Do you think there for ice?
One more. Yeah.
And this is what I really noticed about the amount of curl. I mean, she's trying to just throw an off center line guard, really, and she's got to go the other turn to get there. There's just too much swing off the sideboards.
Just a 1 here. Do you like that ice?
Kate's got a lot of experience. She's 19. She's a psychology student at Dalhousie University, but she played 3rd for Nova Scotia in 22, 23, 24 Canadian under-20s. So she's got lots of experience here and at the under-18s as well. And she won gold in the 2023 Canada Winter Games for Nova Scotia.
Could split this here.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, to be 19 and to already go to 3 under 20.
because we
And
have
I'm getting that right, eh, Helen?
Yep.
That Katie's been to 3 under 20 nationals is
3 under-20s and 3 under-18s.
impressive.
Like 14.5
Yeah.
should be close.
That's a good shot they just gave us right there of the come around attempt Saskatchewan has. If she's able to sort of place
This
one
pass
here,
should-
top button,
pass should be really good because Anna can move that guard
there's
over
a
so the hole
chance
should be where her
to
rope was, hey?
see a score here for them. Right there, she just got to navigate that intern port.
You got it. What do we like out here?
20.
It does look like a lot of ice, but
Yeah.
I think Annika, the 3rd, just threw this, and she racked on the wide one, so we'll see.
I like it. T-line.
Whoa, whoa.
Sweepers like it early.
They're 1.
Got there
Yeah,
for
you could place
shots,
her, for sure. And if you're light and guard it, that's not a bad result.
but the buttonhole's open. I understand what Skipper was calling for there to get the sweepers to curl it, just to bury it as much as she could. But great,
Okay.
great result. So at least Nova Scotia isn't sitting 2 anymore. You just noticed that Saskatchewan team gave side 12. Nova Scotia here is middle 12. I think it's probably just a different in throws. I know Nova Scotia does throw with good rotation, so it has a tendency to stay a little straighter.
Feels heavy.
Calling heavy out of hand. That's going to make it run a little straighter for Nova Scotia here. Trying to curl it.
Hard curl. Okay, whoa.
Just thicken the guard now to clog the port.
Right here? Just tap, yeah. Right there. Like,
I think just off nose.
yeah.
Probably close.
Yep. Like back 12. Yeah, I like back 12. We're not hitting all of it, hey? Yeah, I like Maya's really went. Yeah, she threw more than that. Give me a hair more. That's good.
So the skipper's seeing some curl here in this spot. These back 12 taps are so tough.
Back
And
12?
like she said,
Okay.
she's not hitting all of it,
It's
so
just off nose.
Okay.
it's so precise.
Like you're not adjusting a ton here,
No.
because that is probably back 8.
Yeah, okay. So a couple feet more.
Yeah.
Back 12's the weight. Straight here. They're close. See if she can high side it. Oh, just a little on nose. Tough. Tough shot. Tough shot. Really good attempt at that though from everyone all around.
So Saskatchewan picks up 1. Game is tied after 2. We will be back after a short break.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient that can produce food for the world.
From cash spiels to Grand Slams, club competitions to world championships, there's a lot to keep up with on the pebbled ice. Stay up to date with the Hardline Curling Show, your weekly source for everything curling, with the latest event results, breaking news, interviews with players, executives, and insiders, plus behind-the-scenes access you won't get anywhere else. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you don't miss a thing.
Welcome back to the 2025 New Holland Canadian Under-20 Championships here in beautiful Summerside, PEI. We had a day of snow, which was kind of surprising. We've had winter weather here, so we're hoping that breaks soon.
Same here in Halifax. It came out of nowhere, but we're 1-1 after 2 ends of play here. Playing M3 from the center line guard up from Saskatchewan. But yeah, that kind of freezing snow, rain warning came out of nowhere. I'm not sure how that's affecting the ice, but I'm sure the ice makers are able to adapt to it. They have a nice building there. It sounds pretty loud in the arena, Helen. There's a lot of fans there, eh?
Yeah, and actually the Saskatchewan team wanted to send a huge thank you to all of their family that's here in Summerside to support them, and all of their family that's back home in Saskatchewan. They feel the love, they appreciate you, and they also said, please give a shout out to our sponsors. We are thrilled. We've got so many that are supporting us along the way. So nice shout outs from Saskatchewan to their family and their sponsors.
Yeah, Team Saskatchewan of Hannah, Maya, Leah, Annika, and Ava. I'm sure they have tons of support back home. The Saskatchewan curlers love the sport, so I believe they're the only Saskatchewan team there as well, eh, Helen?
Yes.
From the women's side.
Nice shot by Hannah, wrapping one around, top button.
Weight's better, a little soft though. All there. Back 4.
Back 4, back 8.
Whoa.
Weight's up.
Soft handle, you might be able to curl it to
Curl
it.
if you can.
We're bumping.
Yeah, we need something. We need it.
Curl, curl.
We're really up.
Try not to roll.
Good bump back there from Team Nova Scotia.
Good communication from the brushers to Kate to say we need to bump something here. So
Sure.
Maya Silverside, she's 19 years old. She's a pre-veterinary medicine student at the University of Regina. So she's played second for Saskatchewan at the U-20s before, and also at the U-18s. And she played for Saskatchewan at the Canada Winter Games. So Maya's got lots of experience at national events at her young age.
Trying to get a bye here. They do. They may even get a flop under. Great shot there.
Rip the peel, don't you? I think you just ripped the peel, don't you?
Yeah, the Canada Winter Games, and Summerside is great host of this event, and Curling Canada just came up with a big announcement for next year's juniors as well, Helen?
Yeah, it's going to be in Sudbury, so we're excited to, the under 21 mixed doubles will be first, and then the under 20 men's and women's will be second. So this is Alexis Clooney. She's 19. She's a design student at the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design. So she's played lead for Nova Scotia in 2 under 20s already, and played lead for Nova Scotia at a couple U-18s, where one of them they won the bronze, and she was also won the gold at the Canada Winter Games. So she and Kate have played together for a number of years already.
Yeah, that's such a big advantage. Just to know your skip, know what your skip sees in your throw, and team chemistry as well, to be able to bounce that off. And I think that was a big reason they were able to get out of the provinces here in Nova Scotia at the provincials. There's some great competition at the women's qualifier, and Kate and team just put their hard work in from the season and got through. Here comes the run back. Saskatchewan sitting 3 in the host, but Nova Scotia with hammer is going to try and bail here.
Good peel, good peel.
Whoa! Curl! Hey, whoa, roll up.
Closer than you think. Good way to play that there.
Okay, that's okay.
No, it just got loud.
Fortunately, it's going to be only Red Rocks in the field of play here for Nova Scotia. Good for Saskatchewan.
So the third is Annika Steckler, and she's 19 years old. She's a nursing student at the University of Saskatchewan. She's already played for Saskatchewan at the 2022 and 2023 under 18s. So that's what's nice, that we get to see these athletes a few times in their young careers.
How does the seeding work for this event, Helen? Like, where Curling Canada has so many different teams coming, and they're also at different ages and maybe different stages of their junior career.
Yeah, so
How
the
do the rankings work out?
The way this works, so there are 18 teams here. So 14 teams are already pre-declared. So every member association in Canada gets an automatic spot to the under 18 or the under 20 nationals. So those 14 spots are immediately taken. The next spot goes to the host member association. So for this event, it would be PEI. So PEI would get a second team. And then that brings us to 15 teams. And then the next 3 teams are based on a 2-year point system. And so it's based on how those member associations have done over the past 2 years. So if member associations have done well over the past 2 years, they typically see their province get a second team. So that's why you see some provinces here with Team 1, Team 2, and others with just Team 1.
And does that affect the pooling? Like, will you get a lot of situations where there's multiple provinces in the same pool, or do they try and separate that?
Yeah, we only have 2 pools. We only have 2 pools, so we do try to not put the same member association against themselves, if possible.
Yeah, I remember I've played a lot of tennis, and tennis on the junior side, when I would go away to nationals, you sort of go all that way and have to play someone from your hometown. It was a little deflating, because you can just sort of drive and do that, and I think that mixture is really important. But Saskatchewan just throws a little tight guard there. Thinking about switching gears here and drawing, but there's not really a great place to, unless you want to come around to everything.
So Anthony's calling a coach interaction, so we'll listen to them.
Maybe
it's damage control by draw, I think.
Top 4.
What's that?
I don't know.
If you can come top 4, that's good. Even if
I can't. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
my
I
depth
think there's
perception is
so much
horrible, so I can't really see where everything is. If she
get
thinks there's
around
something.
even the one top 8 and just try to.
Yeah, but if you go top 4, that's good.
I think you're going to have to draw your way out of trouble on your last one, so I think we got to know what the draw weight is now.
Okay, so just top 4?
No, well, you want to bring it back, probably back button if you can.
Yeah, she'll lock one on.
That's fine. We fall down. Right now it's damage control, right?
But doesn't back button, if she locks on, doesn't that mean she's shot? Wouldn't we go like either back 4 or
Yeah,
top
we can.
4?
Yeah, just get it buried for now. Try to get shot rock buried for now.
Okay.
And if it's the weight's heavy, just try to get shot.
Okay.
You know.
So call like T-line and just sweep it back.
Yeah. Show me the ice. Yeah.
So
This is an
good
interesting one
conversation
here.
there. Yeah. So Anthony
Yeah.
Purcell, he has a ton of coaching experience. Luke, you know that because you play with his son Owen. He brings a lot of experience to this team, and he has really enjoyed working with them.
I think it's
So that was a nice conversation between Kate and Anthony. And you'll notice the other 3 stayed at the other end. That happens sometimes with the coach interaction. Sometimes multiple people are involved. Sometimes it's just a quick conversation between the skip and the coach.
14-5 here.
Heart, once you buy the
Make sure it's by, guys.
Got to try and get it by the top 8 rock. They do. Great shot here by the 3rd. Karras, good rock. Yeah, Anthony Purcell, I mean, I totally understandable that he's loving this coaching role. He's got such a great team in front of him. They're so nice to work with that you can really see how he can develop a squad like this. But yeah, a huge shout out to Anthony and all he's done for Owen, most, as close as I am to Owen, just sort of the impact he's had on his life. And I know he's a great dad and great role model for everybody who's around. So this team is in good hands with him on the bench. Gonna try and follow here and lock one on. 14-5 on the last draw from Karras.
She's okay.
Kind of a similar situation that we were in for Saskatchewan and N2, where there was a lot of overlapping center guards that the Hammer team had to deal with by the end of the end. Nova Scotia's just going to try and lock one on here.
What do you think?
You're guarding all day long now.
Okay.
You as soon as you put something near it, lines it up and everything goes. Like our yellow's gone.
That's right.
You have to guard now.
Okay.
You have to run.
You have to guard.
Guard it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to be on this side
of the rock.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
That makes sense.
Lots of ice. Lots. Edge of the 12.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think you're going to curl enough.
I think that should be good. You just have to guard the outside of it, right, Kate?
Here.
Yeah. A little bit further over. Right, a little bit, yeah, right there. But deeper. Yep.
Yeah. So good that Anthony takes the time to figure out what weight are you going to throw, what broom are you going to put down, how are you going to throw this. Really important that all of those details are sorted out. So now Nova Scotia has already used their 2 coach interactions. So Anthony can't, or the girls can't call a coach interaction until the 6th end again.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. But you just think of what he just said, where he's sort of explaining to the girls, if you go and freeze these stagger here in the 4-foot, they might have to call an audible here and roll off the guard. Playing the split. Guard roll. Can you see enough of that red to move that yellow out?
I'm right behind the sheet, and it's over buried. So it is curling a ton. So the shot is definitely there. Ava knows this line.
Nice.
So they've seen
Back
some
line.
rocks come
Kind of
down
what
here.
you threw, Maya. Hey.
Yeah.
And this is going to be one of those shots, Helen, where it's so weight dependent. I know they're calling back line, but if you try and throw back line and you end up with hack, you might sail. But if you can throw that back 12, back 8 weight and just move that yellow rock out of the forefoot, you could be sitting 3 real quick here in a good spot. Big shot here for the skipper.
She threw it great.
Close. Close.
Weight dependent now. They're calling hack, not back line.
It's really close.
There we go. 11-6.
Okay.
Just a little up.
Just
Just
Wait,
a
that was,
little
she threw
heavy.
that really well.
This is your last one. Sorry.
You're right though, Helen. That was close. I mean, she just skimmed that red rock top button. And in Saskatchewan's defense, they are in a nice little spot to force Nova Scotia to one
I'm
here.
not sure that you can get to
There's
there.
not really an in-turn draw, and the out-turn's hard to find.
There's no draw.
Just throw it away.
Sweet. Wait, no, what?
Wait.
I don't know.
We're looking at throwing it away here. This has the opportunity to be a great game here. It seems like a very evenly matched
Yeah, one yellow.
lineup, and it could be a great chance for two teams to really get the most out of each other.
Lots of rocks in play there. I'm sure we'll see that continue. We'll be back with you shortly.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient, that can produce food for the world.
Today we learned to put one foot in front of the other. That with a little hard work, great things will happen. We can go for gold, but what matters most is having fun. We learn from some of the best, improving our skills, building confidence, and making friends that feel like family. We are proud to be the future of curling.
Welcome back to the start of the fourth end here at the 2025 New Holland Canadian Under-20 Championships in Summerside, PEI.
Yeah, a great start to the game here, Helen. 2-1 Nova Scotia, Saskatchewan with last rock.
Always Maya.
Leads first stone here for Saskatchewan.
So the lead, Hannah Rugg, she's 20 years old. She's a business student at the University of Regina. She has a lot of experience. She played lead for Saskatchewan at the 2023 U-20s and also at the 2022 Under-18 Nationals. She skipped Saskatchewan at the Canada Winter Games, and she also played lead for the University of Regina at the most recent U Sports National Championships that were just held in Lethbridge. So Hannah brings a ton of experience to the Saskatchewan team.
So for people who don't know, Helen, the U Sport is for Canadian universities who have varsity curling teams, or is it just?
Yeah, they don't have to be varsity. So
Right.
U Sports Canadian National Championships are run by Curling Canada, and we work with the university, with U Sports. So there are 4 regional events across the country. So there's the Atlantic event, AUS.
nice throw.
There's the OUA. There's Canada West, and we're hoping Quebec comes and joins us in U Sports soon. So, yeah, University of Saskatchewan, or University of Regina, sorry, does very well in curling. And actually, the University of Regina men's team won the U Sports last year, and they just represented Canada in Italy at the Fishu World University Games. And they finished 4th. They had a fantastic run. They played great, and it was fun to watch them play.
Yeah, I think I saw them play Owen actually in the final in Fredericton last year, the U Sport Championships, to get to Italy, and along with was it Serena Gray Withers to make?
Yep, Serena Gray Withers. Yep. Serena Gray Withers and her team from University of Alberta, and then Josh Bryden and his team from University of Regina. Or University of Alberta is Serena, and University of Regina is Bryden.
Josh Bryden, yeah, I think he had the advantage of playing with the team throughout the year as well on the junior side of things, and then sort of was able to go to that nationals with some good team chemistry and play well. Nice freeze there from Nova Scotia. Interesting placement call from Saskatchewan to go top 8 without, or sorry, with. You tend not to want to leave rocks high in the house towards center line when you have hammer. We'll see where this ends up. I think she just might be indicating a second option for the thrower. Calling heavy here, though, the sweepers are.
Straight! Go right by! Can we go? We're by. Yes, straight then! Nope. Yes. Okay.
Right in the pocket.
So close. Got a little pocket here.
This is the intern path that they were working a lot in the second end.
Got a lefty coming out of the hack here. So Alexis is,
true.
yeah, we've got a lefty coming, so she'll have a little bit of a different angle here.
It's like a handler. It's out in the rough stuff, Grace. This is out in the mud.
I agree with Karis there. There was a big speed differential when you got into wider paths. They're curling this though and working on it pretty close to making this inside freeze. I think they just got enough.
14-8. Okay, yeah. That's just cut out in the woods. Okay, so a little less.
Just
I
a
guess,
lot
or
on that
same?
release. The first one was really good.
Yeah. They're sitting on top.
Good communication.
What was that?
Post throw there from Nova Scotia. Saskatchewan's going to follow it down. So the playoff picture, Helen, at this event, how's it shaping up? Is there some logs that need to be worked out in terms of who can qualify, or?
Oh, there definitely will be. Yeah, we're kind of right now. There are still a lot of permutations and combinations that could happen. So definitely have to wait to see, especially how tomorrow plays out. But yeah, lots of different options that can happen in all of the different pools. So in a few of them, you know, a couple teams are a bit of front runners, but still, they still have lots of games to play. So anything is possible.
So has anybody already qualified?
I don't have my.
And no worries, we don't know.
Yeah, I don't have.
But yeah, I guess the question I was thinking of was, has anybody really stood out as the top contender in your mind as this round robin has played out?
No, I would say there are lots of teams that, you know, are showing great promise. So it's it's going to be a dog. It's going to be a dog fight in pretty much every pool across the board. Because even teams that only have one loss still have a few games to play. So anything is possible at this point.
I'm going to ask one more question around that, but Nova Scotia came top 12 there. Just a nice spot. They are sitting Shot Rock. Are there any undefeated teams left that you know of in the event?
There's, I'm just looking at the standings right now. There's one team.
Yeah.
Women's Pool B, so Manitoba 2, Dundas. They're the only undefeated. Oh, no, and Alberta 1, Plet. They're in the same pool. So those are the only two teams that do not have a loss at this point in time.
And that's on both the men's and women's side, which just shows the depth, right? That they're all just sort of battling against one another. This is a clogged up house here. Nova Scotia shitting Shot Rock.
I don't mind it, but I think we have to come this way.
No, I think we can still come the other way.
I like this way. You're always going to overcurl the other way.
Yeah. No, but this way, if you're a bit off, it works still.
Wow, and just got word that the two undefeated teams are actually playing each other right now at the arena.
Yeah, they're not really in my sight, so if I kind of stand up,
I liked her original.
yeah, they're in the fourth end, and Alberta is winning 4-3.
I liked your first one.
So they're having a real close game over there. We actually have two other sheets that are being live streamed right now. So we have sheet B, so that game is being live streamed, as well as Quebec and New Brunswick. They're on sheet D. If you go to YouTube, actually you're already on it, but if you go to the YouTube Live, you should be able to click on either one of those games too if you want to check out how they're doing.
Yeah, don't toggle away from this game. This game's great. They're very, very evenly matched, and they're trying to place a center guard here. Lots going on in the forefoot. And they did an audible to kind of move that over with the sweep. Saskatchewan's still going to try that in-turn draw. Probably going to be limited to just a one score here if you make this, unless you can sneak in there and bump things around a bit. Here's Annika.
Little less.
Close. Close. Line's good.
T-line.
Yep.
Jumping.
Hard. Roll off.
It just feels like Saskatchewan is getting caught on some in-turn lines here.
Do you like the same ice for you?
There was a couple wider throws in the second end, and that racked on a center line guard there.
Yeah, really slick.
Katie's just gonna kind of guard that path.
We can just hit this on the curl a little bit. You got it, Kate. You got it. Distance 2?
Yeah, same place Karis' was.
Okay, you got it.
I believe we have all the rocks in play right now, Helen.
I think we do. 2, 4, 6. We do.
Heels down.
That's awesome.
Looked a little soft.
2, 2, 3. Wait, good.
Whoa. Stay close, Grace. Stay close, Grace.
Stay close, yeah.
Grace. Hard.
Calling the curl on. Katie's always very animated on the calls. Can you still get in there for Shot Rock if you're Saskatchewan? She's looking.
Well, we can
If we could just pan out there and see the house from the far end, that would be fantastic. Yeah, that looks great. That's a good, it's a good lie.
Like it's 9-5. Yeah, I know, but right now they're shot, so I don't. What do you see anything else?
No, I agree. I'm saying you're probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Not. Yeah. Firm 9.5.
Great communication from both teams. Everybody seems to be really respectful. She's just going to try and ship this in, talking to her coach.
No.
No.
So what do I throw?
I'm worried if we throw it hard, we're going to get it running or whatever. Let's just throw like a nice, what's nice, easy for you, 9.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're just going to throw 9.5
Yeah,
firm.
with that ice?
Yeah? Is that not enough?
No. You're icing it almost like it's a peel there.
Okay, so we have to take more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little more ice here. We can almost throw a heavy draw at it. It's kind of where I'm getting at. There's no need to hit this unless, of course, are you trying to sit 3 here? You think there's a chance to sit 3?
I don't know. It's close. Oh, the red. Okay.
Sitting 3 would be tough.
It doesn't matter. That guard's so high. That guard's irrelevant in that situation.
So, like
if you want to throw full weight at it, it's fine, but just it's going to come up on you at the end here. I think I would prefer like a nice heavy draw at it and just like tap it into that button.
Back 12?
Yeah.
And roll? Okay.
Let's see where you're going to put the broom on this.
Just a big variance here from speeds of what the skipper's thinking and what the coach is talking about. To go from 9.5 to a heavy draw does change the outlook of the shot a lot. I do see what the coach wants, though, in terms of being able to kind of finesse this down here. And you can't even really see much of it, Helen. Just got a sliver of that rock. You should probably see a quarter from the hack on a good day. Fun shot coming up here from the skipper.
I like it. Close. Back 12, back 9.
They like the weight early.
Yep. Whoa.
There's even some rocks in the house you gotta worry about as a caller. You gotta go. Tough. That is such a hard shot. Fortunately, they bumped Nova Scotia up to split 2.
That side. This is her best shot right now, I think. That's all I'm seeing. Yeah. Do you think like similar ice that you took for that one, just on this side? Do you like about there?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Same with
Just back to that shot for Saskatchewan. It's just such a fine weight to throw to tip that in there.
You just knocked us up.
So close, though, to making it.
So we're sitting 2. Oh, okay. So same weight. You got it.
Again, there's so much curl here. They're actually going to cross center line to make this corner guard
Maybe just a little less.
in the right spot. Poor Katie, she's losing her voice.
Heels down, all you.
All you.
Whoa.
All you.
That looks heavy.
Got a crawl. Got a crawl.
Hard Alexis. 3.
Got a crawl. Hard Alexis. Hard Alexis. Hard Alexis. Hard Alexis. Get across. Get across.
Try to rub the outside of the top yellow.
Okay. That's good, Kate.
Same thing.
Really close there for Nova Scotia. It's even more buried now for Saskatchewan. Thankfully, she just threw it. She gets to base it off that, and she was really close. Really focused Saskatchewan skip here. I bet she's going to be close on this.
Weight was good. Okay.
It's a big shot in the outlook of the game. You don't want to give up a steal at 2. Change the direction of it towards the Nova Scotia side.
More. A little more.
Close.
Like half.
Calling heavy here. Last one over curled. so easy to compensate and just throw it a little heavier after seeing your first one over curl, but
Okay, Nova Scotia stole 2 there, so the score is 4-1. We're just going to take a short break after the 4th end here.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient, that can produce food for the world.
Today we learned to put one foot in front of the other. That with a little hard work, great things will happen. We can go for gold, but what matters most is having fun. We learn from some of the best, improving our skills, building confidence, and making friends that feel like family. We are proud to be the future of curling.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the 2025 New Holland Canadian Under-20 Championships in Summerside, PEI. So we've had lots of rocks in play. Very close last end there. Nova Scotia stole a couple, so they're in the lead. We're seeing Saskatchewan put up a corner guard. So I think we're going to see lots more rocks in play this end.
Absolutely. This is the first corner guard of the game, and I think Saskatchewan has a lot to play for here. Still well into this game in the 5th end. Opportunities come back and forth, and I know Nova Scotia might have got their steal of 2 last end, but they did place a top 12 rock there to start, so she's going to come around it at the end turn.
Waist really up, back 12.
It's got to sit.
Straight.
So what is up for grabs here that these athletes are playing for, Helen? There's obviously a national championship on the line, and then some representation as well that comes with it if you're able to win.
Yeah, so lots for these 2 teams that are going to win here on Sunday afternoon. The 2 teams will represent Canada next year in the 2026 World Junior Championships. We do not know where they are. We know they're in February, but we don't know where they are yet. So they'll be wearing the maple leaf representing us. The 2 teams will also be in our national Next Gen program for the next 2 years. I happen to manage that program. It's a very exciting one to be part of. We love seeing lots of young curlers in it and work with them, give them lots of resources and funding as they go through the early part of their competitive career. And the 2 teams will also they'll also be invited to PointsBet. That will be in Calgary the beginning of October next year, so that's always a fun event. We've changed the format for PointsBet, so they'll be in the event. We're gonna have some pool play, so it's more than a win and continue kind of event, so they'll get more arena experience there.
Yeah, Ali McNutt, I believe, got the invite this year for PointsBet and defeated Carrie Anderson in the first round, so really exciting to have so much to play for. And the Next Gen program is just so standard across all sports. I mean, you think about what I know of in tennis, where there's sort of these national training centers that some of the top athletes in the region are able to go to and develop at. Very similar in the curling sense, where you get these great teams that are able to be picked up and have some backing from a Curling Canada perspective. Makes total sense. A hit and roll here from Saskatchewan. It was on their own. Fortunately, it pushed their own rock that was buried into the open.
Let's go 9.
Katie's going to hit the open rock. The lefty.
Heel. Curl. Actually, no, straight. Straight, just roll it out. Roll it up. Yeah. It's not really.
So Nova Scotia rolls out on that hit there. Saskatchewan's going to be able to come around and utilize their corner guard.
Okay, line's good. Well then, stay close. Like, back knee.
Saskatchewan's got to stay close to this rock. There might be able to be a carve call, but they got to stay in the rings. Katie hard on it.
Peel? Could we hit and roll the
Do you
second?
like peeling?
Actually, I think I just like peel.
Yeah, straight peel's good. I like straight peel.
Okay. You got it.
Straight peel to really push away from the offense if you're Nova Scotia.
Curl. Just clean.
Great eyes from Karis there.
Curl. Okay, just clean.
Looks good.
Girl, don't hit ours. Girl.
Saskatchewan's going to go full aggressive and play the freeze. At the junior level, like, you're really looking at good bail points, you know, good options, and, you know, when teams are looking to pivot. Not that this matters too much this end, where there's not many rocks in play, but just in general, when they're looking to maybe introduce a new strategy through the end.
Go if we're not to it. Straight. Line's good. Wait only. Maya. Backing. Okay.
Nova Scotia's going to be able to hit and roll away on that. They were looking to get closer to nose on that freeze.
Okay. That was the hair last. You got it.
Yep.
So Carrie's is 19 years old. She's a computer science student at Dalhousie University. She played third for Mount A at last year's U Sports National Championships. And as you had mentioned earlier, she's also a really great mixed doubles player. She and her brother Owen, who's also in this event, playing on Team McIsaac. They did very well in the under 21 mixed doubles nationals that we just held last week.
Yeah, that seemed like a great national. And there was a team from Newfoundland, and correct me if I'm wrong, but either one or two of the players is there this week, but I'm pretty sure the girl isn't at nationals, which I was pretty surprised about, because she made some great shots, real savers, and I think she even drew the button to win in the semifinal. So
the team the team that won the U-21, they're both here. So Dominique Vivier, she's the skip of Ontario, and Nick Podner, he's the third for Newfoundland. So they're actually both playing this week. So they've had a busy transition.
Probably easier this way, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because when I would have looked, for at the Newfoundland girls team about Dominique. But I guess for that event, you're able to kind of maybe look across the country a little bit easier to find pairings, eh?
Yes.
Do you like
Yeah, that makes that. Yeah, she like I say, she made some great shots and a great shot to win in the semi to get there.
I like this side. You got it.
Nose hit coming here from Katie to sit 3 without.
Whoa! Clean, yep. Okay, clean, you're good.
I was wrong, they just wanted to get rid of it.
Sorry, Grace.
Yeah, it's
Right to it.
I look fine.
14-4, 14-3.
Another freeze attempt from Saskatchewan. If you're able to get this in a good spot on the
Right to
high
it.
side here, it's going to almost line up a jam if they go to get rid of it. So
What do we like?
small chance to make a nice freeze. Already on to skip rocks. This game is flying by.
25-30.
Ava's 19 years old. She's a student at
We gotta be
Edwards
to it.
School of
Yeah.
Business at the University of Saskatchewan. And she skipped Saskatchewan at the 2022 and 2023 Canadian Under-18 Nationals.
Sounds like most of the team is
We need
going to University of Saskatchewan, which is good. You're able to practice together a little easier. Back 8.
Okay, Ava.
Sweepers are backing off it.
Well, the back end of Saskatchewan, so Ava and Annika, they both go to the
I think
University
if
of
you're
Saskatchewan.
gonna come in, you probably have to come in.
Maya goes to the
Right.
University of Regina, and so does Hannah.
Try to make it so
So-
that she plays it and she might not be shot.
You've
Yeah.
got
And what
this.
about,
This is a team. This is a sort of a team that came together
Yeah.
halfway through the season. So the front end today, in their as they alternate, the front end players, they're from Regina, and the back end players are from Saskatoon. And Leah, who is
And what about the 5th player?
yeah, so Leah, who is one of the front end players who rotates in, she's a grade 12 student at North Battleford Comprehensive High School, and she was she was an alternate for Saskatchewan at the 2022 under 18s and played lead in 2024. So
Just here.
Leah and the back end, Ava and Annika, all know each other quite well, and the front end, Maya and Hannah, they knew each other, and kind of that's how those two teams got together.
Yeah, and what I know about Saskatchewan is it's fairly flat and they don't mind driving. So I'm sure they're able to get together a lot. Nova Scotia just tried to place one there, but came a little deep, which is going to give Ava the nose hit for 1.
9-5 nose.
What have you noticed the most, Helen, as this rock comes down from this juniors about what you feel like they should be working on the most, just across the board? What sticks out at you in terms of improvement?
Oh, I think, most of the athletes here, they play, they throw quite well. I think a lot of what we see here comes down to weight and rock management.
Right.
And sometimes really rotation is a little bit inconsistent. But watching this shot here, really well thrown by, really well thrown by Ava. So Saskatchewan's going to pick up a point. It's 4-2. We're at the halfway break here, so we'll be back with you in about 5 minutes.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient, that can produce food for the world.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
This is a message from the Payzants, from the Ho family, from Sophie and Philippe, the Kurzaks, the Bushers, and the Flanagans. This is a message from over 1,000 family-owned home hardware stores, serving communities across Canada for over 60 years. Whatever your project is, we're here for you to help you build your dreams and build a brighter future together for the place we all call home. We're proud to be locally owned and genuinely Canadian.
Today we learned to put one foot in front of the other. That with a little hard work, great things will happen. We can go for gold, but what matters most is having fun. We learn from some of the best, improving our skills, building confidence, and making friends that feel like family. We are proud to be the future of curling.
Hey, Canada, come on in to Montana's. When it's game night, there's no better place to cheer on the pros or celebrate your own wins or forget your sporting woes. Because when you're craving in-house smoked, fall-off-the-bone ribs, head to Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Days Inn makes every winning moment even more epic. Staying nearby gets you close to what matters most, right from let's go to OMG whoa. No matter why you're traveling, we have what you need to make every day even sweeter. Because when you stay closer, like me,
And me.
it makes every day brighter. Seize the days at over 1,500 locations. Days Inn, a trusted brand by Wyndham.
And welcome back to the second half of this game at the 2025 New Holland Canadian Championships in Summerside, PEI.
Awesome.
We've got Team Saskatchewan versus Team Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia is leading 4-2. I'm Helen Radford here with Curling Canada, and I've got Luke Saunders joining me from Halifax.
Good.
Yeah, awesome game here, Helen. And Nova Scotia with the last rock in the sixth end, up 2. This is a pivotal rocks to come, so we'll see how this shakes out, but happy to be watching this game with you, Helen, and learning lots.
You're always so positive, Luke. I love that about you.
It's close. I think it's there.
You too.
Give you a little update across the board. So we've got on sheet B, we've got Alberta leading Manitoba 5-3. Quebec is leading New Brunswick 3-2, and Newfoundland is leading PEI 3-1. There are other games that are happening as well. They're over at the Curling Club, the Silver Fox Curling Club, and we've got 4 games on the go there. You can catch all our scores at curling.ca/scores or scoreboard to keep on track of what's going on. It's busy here. We have 8 games going during every draw. We've got draws at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., 7 p.m. And they alternate between the women's draws and the men's draw. So today the women played twice at 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. Men played at 2, and then tomorrow it reverses. So the men will play at 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. and the women will play at 2 p.m.
And tomorrow's the last round robin game, right?
There's one more round robin game, I believe, on Saturday morning. So tomorrow we've got 9, 2, and 7, and then we have one last women's round robin game. And I have a feeling the women's pools are not going to be sorted until Saturday morning.
Yeah, well, like you say, there were 2 undefeated teams playing there on sheet B, and just to follow up your update there, to be 5-3, it's a close game, so lots to shake out here on the women's side the next couple days. Flash there from Nova Scotia.
There's a massive advantage if you can finish #1 in your pool. So there are only 6 teams that advance. So the #1 seed from each pool gets a bye to the semifinal, and then 2 plays 3 from opposite pools, and then they advance to that semifinal game. So there is quite a race to get that #1 spot if you can. If not, then you do drop to the quarterfinal, which is okay. But anybody would always like to avoid that game if they can.
Yeah, there's always so much to play for in every game. Last rock advantage in playoffs, stone selection, seeding.
And also teams that are playing on this particular sheet. This is sheet C in the arena.
Right.
This is, you know, a key playoff sheet. So anytime you do get a chance to play on this one, you want to learn as much as you possibly can, because both gold medal finals will be on this particular sheet.
Yeah, because it feels like at mixed doubles there was A, B, C, and D, and maybe an E. And then when the juniors came in, they put bleachers out there. So now B is an N sheet, right, Helen? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so we have so many teams here at this under 20 event. And as you know, it brings a lot of family members to the championship. So we didn't have enough seating for the families in the arena. So what we decided to do is put bleachers on sheet A, and that's worked out quite well. So parents can actually, they've got lots of great viewing here, and I think there's a good shot of it there. The camera, you can see, yeah, you can see there are bleachers on one side and then seating on the other side. That's normal for the arena
a nice
here.
Throw. So Saskatchewan's throwing a guard here. As I say, big end. There's a top 12 rock that can be acting as a guard as well. Nice guard on top of it. Nova Scotia's just going to look to peel the high, possibly double. Straight peel is a safe call. Those long runs are hard. But Saskatchewan's more concerned with just guarding that top 12 rock than they are shot rock, just to get the pinhole a little bit more covered at some point during the end. Nova Scotia's going to have a little bit of work to do to make sure they move rocks away.
Line's close. 2, 2, 3. Whoa. 3. Maya.
Tight guard. The sweepers are calling for. You need to make sure they're lined up.
Okay. Might be able to get all 3. You hit it a hair on this side. Yeah.
Kara sees the triple.
Yep.
7/8 with a bomb could get all 3. Lots of weight. She can throw it.
Grace.
A little wide here.
Hard piece.
It's really important to get that front guard there, as Karis did, just because if you take the back one out, Saskatchewan's just going to wrap around.
Not either, so. Yep, you got it.
So now, because it's the second half of the game, Helen, the coaches' interactions reload, And they're able to kind of... Right.
Yep. They start over with 2 each.
And as you say, the clocks don't stop for that. Though they continue just to click down. So the coaches have to be careful about how much time they're taking as well,
Yes.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And the teams have been using this for a few years, so everyone's very familiar with it. And actually, the umpires like it too, because there's no formal like stop the clock, and it's just it kind of flows. You can see the clock behind them, so the teams have lots of time. They've got good pace of play, and anybody can call it. So one of the curlers can call it, the coach can call it, and it's very easy flow. So the coach can step out and have a quick conversation, or not use them.
I'm a little worried about this shot. You can nose this, and it kind of sticks around, not in the greatest area. They're able to get the straight peel.
Well, both teams have pretty much been throwing the same shot.
Right.
Saskatchewan knows this guard path, and Nova Scotia knows the peel path.
Yeah,
so
there's going to be a point in this end where things change.
Yeah, Saskatchewan's going to want to put pressure on Nova Scotia here, because if they can score a point in the 6th, they're going to feel pretty good about that chase. So they want to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, the other good news for Saskatchewan is it doesn't look like there is a 2-score in the foreseeable future. I know Katie can kind of come around everything here after the shot lies, but Skipper should be able to freeze it out. So advantage Saskatchewan here in this end.
Whoa! Whoa, not curl, whoa!
This is really curling. I'm right behind the sheet, and it's just walking over.
Walking away.
Yeah.
Because there could be a double opportunity. You see it better than I do, but I don't know if you can make a hit and roll on that top 12 rock, Helen.
What'd you have?
How much? Here more? Here less? There.
Like that? Do you think you can get
If we could just see the house, that would be a great shot. See what Nova Scotia has.
I don't mind that.
Just on the camera angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Katie's going to come down and hit second shot and try to make some noise in the house. There's a good angle of it there. If she could ever get to nose, which I'm not sure if she can, Helen, you would know.
I can't. There are athletes right in front of me, so I can't. Oh, there's a shot.
Yeah. It looks. It does
looks
look
tough.
Like she's playing too much weight.
Yeah, it looks pretty tough to try to.
She's close. Here's a decision.
I like same weight. Yep. Or do you want it a little?
This is a big shot for Saskatchewan. I mean,
better and she doesn't start it, then it should be on
it looks like it's half open.
Guard that. You got it.
So you gotta kind of just make the guard and trust.
Just if you didn't like your throw last time, just like you're good for.
But if you make sure there's no hole and guard it up here, you have a really good chance to force, possibly steal. Three's okay. Means it's just a tight guard. Now they're calling 2. They're close.
Yep, line looks
Gotta
good.
watch the depth. Yep. I think you're good.
Do you play the same thing? Try to get them both?
It's still only for one. So it's whether you like the draw better or whether you like that better. Okay. You got it, Kate.
Good call by Katie. You want to see your skip want to make a T-line draw.
Full 4.
But job done from Saskatchewan. I mean, they're going to get hammer back in 7 here if she makes this.
Okay. Feels heavy.
Where's weight?
Back 4, back.
Whoa!
Back 4, back 8 from the sweepers. Katie said she felt heavy out of her hand.
Yeah,
They're thinking about a little rub.
I had a 13-2 hog to hog.
Yeah. She rubs and rolls in. 13-2.
Able to get a little in off there. Nova Scotia picks up their 1. Good pressure by Saskatchewan. Score is 5-2 after 6. We'll be back with you shortly.
Hey, Canada, come on in to Montana's. When it's game night, there's no better place to cheer on the pros or celebrate your own wins or forget your sporting woes. Because when you're craving in-house smoked, fall-off-the-bone ribs, head to Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Today we learned to put one foot in front of the other. That with a little hard work, great things will happen. We can go for gold, but what matters most is having fun. We learn from some of the best, improving our skills, building confidence, and making friends that feel like family. We are proud to be the future of curling.
And welcome back to the start of the 7th end at the 2025 New Holland Canadian Under-20 Championships here in Summerside, PEI. Nova Scotia's up 5-2, and their lead,
Okay, Hannah.
Grace, put her first stone right on the forefoot. And Saskatchewan was looking to put up a corner guard there, just slipped in.
Yes, beautiful Summerside PEI. They can see the water from where they are, which you can in most places and on the island, but Saskatchewan's got a big end here, and 7 being down 3. However, they have last rock.
Do a little update across the games here. The Alberta-Manitoba game on sheet B is now tied 5-5.
Yes, keep going. Keep going.
The
Right to it.
New Brunswick-Quebec game, New Brunswick's up 5-3, and PEI and Newfoundland. Newfoundland is leading 4-1. And the scores at the curling club. There are 4 games on there. If you go to curling.ca/scores or /scoreboard, you can catch a glimpse of all those scores there, and also you can watch the game on sheet B, Manitoba, Alberta, or the game on sheet D, Quebec, New Brunswick. If you go click on your YouTube, you'll see another link
Lots of room,
for Curling Canada under the live for those 2 games too.
Maya, if you have to.
Yeah, and I believe I see a couple world champions out there coaching, Helen and Wayne Talon and Dave Netto in there.
Keep going, keep going,
Yep,
keep going.
we've got a lot of great experienced coaches here, which is wonderful.
Yeah, I think some of the changes Curling Canada has made on the coaching side to have increased participation from the coaches is really helpful. I know it would have saved me a lot of pain growing up in juniors. The mistakes I made.
That's light.
Nova Scotia's going to throw up a center guard here.
I think it's there. It's close. Wait's close. Wait's close. Wait's close.
Loved how engaged Karis is here on the sweep.
Sorry, Kate.
That's okay. Not ideal. That's okay. 14-4. Okay.
So the play is in the house, and Saskatchewan's going to try and get to the pocket or bump.
Yeah. Mustard is not cocky.
I'm not sure if I would try and bump shot rock back. I think I would rather sit in the pocket if I was Saskatchewan, or play the hit and roll to your corner.
Yep. Yep. Ronnie.
Set it before. That looked like a great throw from Saskatchewan's second. Tee back is the weight they wanted.
Yep.
Rolling off the side rock would be almost better. That's great. Tough lie for Nova Scotia to deal with that. They might just have to nose it.
This might be insanely dumb, but do you ever nose it? Get rid of your back one?
Nose it?
The other option is to do that. Get rid of them both.
Do you think it'll go though? Do you think it'll go?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll go.
If you throw enough weight, take his feet off.
I think you could throw that, but
All right, Anthony's going to have a conversation with him.
Where it is, like if it's above the tee, even nosing it isn't great. That's what I'm seeing happening, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you either nose it or you just
So lose the yellow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So you lose the yellow. You just want to just a nose hit, like just like a control weight hit.
Right.
Nose it,
Okay.
and then you'll be able to get it on the next one.
10-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, nose hit it. Stay frozen on shot rock here for Nova Scotia. Good discussion there from Coach Anthony.
10-5, 11.
Yeah.
Hard grace. Hard grace. Hard grace. Gotta go. Gotta go. Yep. All you got. Keep going. Right to it. Okay. It's not bad.
9-8. She'd throw that one. She's kind of...
Back line! We gotta cross the face!
I wonder if you cross the face if you open up a double opportunity. I still don't mind trying to get behind your corner somehow, but I do like the fact she's trying to create a wall. Similar shot to what she just threw.
Yep. That's wall. Whoa, whoa. Get off. Yep, yep. Yes. Hard. 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 No roll, Annika. Okay, that's good.
Not a bad lie. You might be able to skinny that red one out, but I kind of worry it's just going to sit frozen on top of the yellow Saskatchewan stone.
Yep, I like firm.
You got it. You got it, Karis.
It's good 9. It's good 9.
Just
Close.
leave it, just leave it.
Clean, clean, clean,
Whoa, whoa.
clean.
Nice. That's okay. Okay. I did not think that had so much balance.
Yeah, a bit of gear off of shot stone there. Move the red over. Makes it interesting. Saskatchewan's still just going to kind of lob rocks down to freeze. I think you could just hit and roll though, Helen, on that top 8 rock behind the corner guard. Probably make a double.
Yeah, you definitely could. I think, you know, both teams are trying to figure out angles here and what works in their favor.
Where are we? Top 12. Yep.
Yeah, my only worry about this call is maybe the skip on Saskatchewan thinking she needs more points than what she does.
Hard, straight.
Although this is a great looking rock.
It looks like it's
Does
lined
that
up.
red rock touch it? Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something hard and high, you might get rid of both reds here.
It's the danger when you group your rocks. Sometimes you give the other team an opportunity.
Yep. Red.
Karis can throw it. Back, she makes the double. What a shot. Changes the end around.
Nice shot by Karis there.
Awesome. Awesome. Great weight.
Yeah.
Squeeze off the back one. Lose some shrapnel at the back too.
Same.
Really impressed with these two teams. Both seem very positive too and super engaged even with their record at the event.
Yeah, and good communication. Yep,
Yeah.
it's been fun watching them.
No quitting them.
We're to it. Hard. Hard line. Hard.
Where will this spin to?
Okay, good.
Spins for shot frozen.
This might go.
You still can whack it if you can stay on the high side of your out turn.
Spin.
Yeah.
Like that. Do you like that? Like hit it here.
Yeah, it's pretty
The only
thin.
thing is you can hit it. You can hit less of it with this turn.
Okay.
Do you like that? Just be
Okay.
ready to sweep that.
Yep.
We're trying to get to the inside. I like coming this way.
Okay, we're gonna try to get rid of this friend.
Okay, you got it. Just clean peel?
Yeah.
Absolutely try. I mean, if you high this on the out turn, it's gonna spill out the side of the rings. The small issue I saw in Katie's throw is she has a little bit of a fishtail, but she's throwing the in turn.
Close, yep. Whoa, yep, 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 yep.
Oh, she's got it. Great shot. Great shot from both teams here this end.
We can come wide here. I think they're following. You don't like that at all?
I don't know if we're shot. That's it.
She can throw it hard. Great shot.
Being far back because I think it makes theirs easier. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If that's your instinct, let's go for it.
I don't mind this.
Even if you play like, a little, like 9-5 at it, you know?
Yeah.
Hit and rolls are so tough. You're trying to hit a circle onto a circle or roll to a certain spot in the ice, but I love this call.
And I like that Annika, said to Ava, what's your gut? What are you thinking? What do you?
Under. You still have to be full 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Because she could do the straight draw, or she could play a hit and roll.
Yeah, I think both teams just are super respecting of one another, which is great to see at the junior level. It's kind of what you want, and why curling is such a good sport for kids to get into, where you have to work with such a small group of players and go towards a common goal.
Yeah. 9-5. Hard.
She's keeping it on the line here. Nice sweep. Nose hit. Didn't get the roll she was looking for.
Roll here is not bad, but nose is fine too.
Like 10-5.
I like 10.
You could also roll this actually towards shot rock yellow and make the draw really awkward and the nose hit really hard. Saskatchewan's going to have to make a last rock here if this hit is made to stay in this thing.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Alexis.
Close. No. Okay. Yep. Curl. 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 Curl.
Wait, roll on top of the other one.
That was really good brushing to move that over.
Get it over. Yeah, like you said, Helen, just the weight and the rotation from some of these junior teams to keep that in line with what the shot is asking for. Good to get the nose hit though, or good to get the hit. Job done. For Saskatchewan to make this draw. I love the fact Saskatchewan just laid this draw down to go for it. She could just nose hit.
Annika's that are like tapping a
Big
little
shot.
are like 17.
I think we're there.
Nice.
Backing! No, we need
Backing.
straight.
Rub. Just back forward.
Just didn't quite curl enough for them. Nova Scotia will steal another point and be up 6-2. So we'll be heading into the 8th end shortly. We'll be back with you after a brief break.
Days Inn makes every winning moment even more epic. Staying nearby gets you close to what matters most, right from let's go to OMG whoa. No matter why you're traveling, we have what you need to make every day even sweeter. Because when you stay closer, like me,
And me.
it makes every day brighter. Seize the days at over 1,500 locations. Days Inn, a trusted brand by Wyndham.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient that can produce food for the world.
Welcome back to the start of the 8th end here, the 2025 New Holland Canadian Under-20 Championships.
Yeah, still lots of game to come. 3 ends of play left. We're in the 8th. Nova Scotia up 4. Saskatchewan with hammer. Really close game here, and I still feel like anything can happen. Both teams got to stay sharp. Helen, how has the energy been there at the event? How have the athletes been feeling? And what has been the overall sort of vibe while you've been there?
Actually, it's been great. The athletes are really enjoying themselves. As I mentioned earlier, they either play 2 games a day in the morning and at night, or they play 1 in the afternoon. So they've got lots of time to rest and recover. You know, with junior events, lots of family come, and most family members find someplace, Airbnb or something, where they make meals for the team. So I know lots of teams will spend time with their family at different points during the week. Some teams, if they don't play that 2 p.m. draw, that happens to a couple of teams, then they end up, some of them have gone into Charlottetown and just done a little sightseeing. Going to Cow's Ice Cream has been a popular thing here, but honestly, the places in Summerside have been fantastic, and you know, lots of great places to eat, and the sunsets here are spectacular.
Beautiful. Yeah, it is a great host venue, and there's so much curling to kind of keep you occupied as the week goes on that you kind of almost, the days just sort of fly by. So I just remember even being there during Summerside and seeing some of the junior teams come in. It reminded me of playing the Nationals there in Fort McMurray in 2013. And yeah, some great spirit there.
I think it's all there. T-line, T-line.
And these teams don't play a lot of 10-end games during the season. We play 10 ends because that's what the World Juniors, when they go to the World Juniors, they will end up playing 10 ends next year. So we want to make sure that we're simulating this event as much as we can for whoever wins. So it does. It takes its toll on them. So they do, even though they're young, they still need their rest and recovery as well.
Yeah, and I think even like the game we're watching right now, you know, Nova Scotia just went through there, and to keep your focus for a full 10 end of games is so challenging that it still gives Saskatchewan some great hope. And she's
just throwing hits here. Let's place another one in behind there. They'll probably peel it. We can freeze to that one over after, but let's, if you want, if they peel after, but we've got to put a stone there without hit and roll. Okay.
So James, real, you know, concise with what he wants Ava to play at this point, which is great. And then the flow of the game doesn't change, which is really nice. And so the other coach can go out and talk to their team, but they have to stop as soon as the other team stops talking.
Yeah, and I think that's so important, like for Ava right now in this situation where, like I say, there's lots of game left to play, and you know she's got to have a good end here, but there's an opportunity in front of her, and for her not to get discouraged, and for the coach to be able to come out there and help with that is so important.
Well, Saskatchewan's got a corner guard, and they've got a couple of rocks behind it now, so you know,
Right.
that's what they're looking for. They're looking to try to get a couple of points on the board, and then anything can happen.
If you clip the guard, that's okay.
So here's a weight choice that can be tricky. I mean, they're throwing peel at this, and you can only see maybe less than half. But it's a lefty intern. Don't want to take your own.
A lot of rotation on this one.
Right.
Just kind of held itself out there. So Saskatchewan's now in a good position here. Yeah.
Yeah. And just to go back to what Helen was talking about in terms of improvement for juniors, just weight choice there. To throw peel at that it's just so tough for the thrower. And I know she does have a pro side miss and taking her guard, but you can bring the weight down and try and chase that out with board or whatever. This is a new path for the teams to navigate, though, this out-turn draw around corner. She's got options. Stay engaged. Gotta curl it to move it over. Try to get to the inside of this red. Where does that red rock drag to? There's some yellow shrapnel on the side there you can jam in. She's thinking just straight run, but...
Can you just pop your broom in front? Can you pop it in front?
You can't see your broom.
I can't see your broom. Just pop it in front.
Broom in front. There you go.
Saskatchewan's sitting really well here under the corner. Karis, though, great focus. Don't want to stop the run. The yellow kicker out there is tricky. Great attempt at that from Karis. Really, it's a make. I mean, all you could do maybe is hit a more high side.
Wicking?
Yeah, and better than like 2-in.
Yep. You got it. Okay.
So you see where she has the
Going
broom
back around
there.
the corner here.
Yeah, if you see where she has the broom there, it's not curling as much as it is. So inside out is what we call it versus outside in. It's a bit of a trough there. So it's in a lower spot. So they don't have to take as much ice to get behind this corner guard.
Just see.
Yeah, and on that point, Helen, to be a little bit heavy in a straight spot doesn't quite get under for them. We're gonna see how much they have from the hack.
So
It's a great view.
Anthony's calling a coach interaction.
I think you're running the guard again, aren't you?
They're going to sit 5. They're going to hit this
I
open
have like
one. They're gonna be
2/3 of
sitting
it, but
5.
I don't know if I can get.
So, no,
like
yeah,
I can
just
hit
like
it
you
thin
playing
maybe,
like a
but that's
soft
only for
weight
double.
that we hold our shooter. It's absolutely critical we hold our shooter right now. If you fly out, they're going to sit 5. Right? You can't run that back. You missed the run
we
back.
weren't running it back.
Well, what were you going to do? You had your broom.
Hit the inside of that one and shoot it over. Get the 2 there.
Yeah, I'd worry about holding your shooter right now. You have to hold your shooter. That's the only thing saving you right now for not giving up a big end. So show me what you think board weight is right now to make that shot.
To make what shot though?
The top one over here.
Yeah.
You're hitting the top one.
Like the
That's
top
the one
red?
that's half open, yes.
And nosing?
You're nosing it, yes.
So,
it's just a tough situation here for Nova Scotia to navigate. I mean, Katie was sort of thinking that originally. She was just trying to see what they have.
Like 12. Yeah. You got it.
Whoa. Close.
No.
Close.
Alexis, whoa.
Close. Yeah. Curl. Hard. Hard.
She's close. Close to sticking.
Hard, Kate.
Gotta go on that though.
Okay.
Sorry. It's okay.
Nice shot by Karis there. So Anthony had a great point. Like, you got to make sure that, you know, they stuck around there. So now
You got it.
Saskatchewan's gonna try to play a hit and stick there to sit 2.
Yeah, a couple things there, Helen. I wonder if there's a double off the top 8-foot rock. I don't know if you're behind the sheet, but I know they're throwing this nose hit, so it doesn't matter.
I don't really think it's there.
You don't think it's there? Fair enough. And then the other thing with the coaches' interaction, and you know more about this than I do, but I wouldn't mind seeing the throwers or the sweepers and or both come down and listen to what the coach has to say, just because there's some big points being made from the coaches, and it does seem like a pivotal point in the end where everybody's trying to figure it out.
They certainly can.
I know
it's
you're
a
talking
team.
about.
It's a team decision what they decide to do with their coach interactions. So
Yeah, and I know you were talking about the flow of the game and not want to interrupt that, but that shot there,
I think whatever you do, you gotta make sure you stick another one in the house somewhere.
it did work out for them though.
You could come here.
Yeah. Could.
I don't mind that.
Like
Try to
right
bring it
here.
out of play, yeah. Try to sit second shot.
Trying to figure out where to put this rock that
Do you like that? What do you
Don't
think?
hate it. I don't hate
I
it.
think it's either that or
doesn't leave them in a tough spot.
I like drawing behind. Yeah, I think I like the draw.
You have all of the
If you draw behind, you're kind of conceding the deuce, which
Like 2/3.
Hurry up. Beat.
Like 3/4. 2/3.
Do you like that?
I kind of like drawing.
He knows exactly what you
I don't
just
know
did
if we
with.
touch that, Kate. There's a decent amount of room between.
But if you knock it out.
Yeah, that's the only danger. I don't mind this.
I think we leave that one alone.
you can also probably hit and roll the back one to side 8. Kind of does the same thing they're looking to
Yeah.
do. But here comes the out turn draw to back 8-foot. Get another yellow rock in there. How did Canada do at the under 20s, under 21s last year in the Worlds?
They were. Oh, that's a great question.
No worries, just
Yeah,
fourth.
for
Yeah,
the
I know there's so
women.
many good international
And
teams.
fourth for the women, and I think 7th for the men. I have to look that up, but
Yeah.
somewhere in that ballpark.
Something in that line. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. There's just so much depth on the international side right now, and Canada's still a big part of that piece. It's just when you're going every year after year to try and win, it's
Yeah, they got
it's
a lot of
challenge.
They have a lot of repeat teams, just like we do here at the under 20 nationals. We see a lot of repeat teams from certain provinces.
Yeah,
so big,
I mean, it's
big
give
shot,
and take,
yeah.
right?
Big shot here
Yeah.
by Ava.
We should run really nice here. I think you'll need a little more to get back to crossing center. I would go.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I would place this. I wouldn't even mind that back 4-foot freeze or.
Gotta go a bit.
Sweepers like the speed.
That line is really good.
Got to keep it even so there's no double.
Nice weight. That was a great team shot. Well thrown, well swept, well communicated. Great shot.
Is there a good place to roll to here if you're
I don't mind a 10. Whatever
Team
you like
Wysant?
here, I think a 10's good.
You can roll just in front of your own.
Yeah, that's probably the best roll.
Yeah.
Really, I think Nova Scotia probably be happy if they only give up 2 because they were in trouble for a lot of this end.
Yeah, some great shots from the back end. Karis is just really stepping up in this game.
Close! Close! Yep! Yep. Whoa! Oh!
Stop!
Whoa! Off! Curl! Okay, you're just nosing.
On it for curl.
Nose it for 2.
It's a nose hit for 2 here for Saskatchewan. Should call for 10.5, second hit weight, hog to hog. Oh, this looks like it's out there.
Well, Saskatchewan only able to pick up 1, so the score is now 6-3 after 8 ends. We will be back with you after a short break.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient that can produce food for the world.
This is a message from the Peasants, from the Ho family, from Sophie and Philippe, the Kurzaks, the Bushers, and the Flanagans. This is a message from over 1,000 family-owned home hardware stores, serving communities across Canada for over 60 years. Whatever your project is, we're here for you to help you build your dreams and build a brighter future together for the place we all call home. We're proud to be locally owned and genuinely Canadian.
Hey, Canada, come on in to Montana's. When it's game night, there's no better place to cheer on the pros or celebrate your own wins or forget your sporting woes. Because when you're craving in-house smoked, fall off the bone ribs, head to Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
Welcome back to the start of the 9th end here at the 2025 New Holland Canadian Under-20 Championships. We do have one final out here on the sheet. So sheet B, Alberta defeated Manitoba. Just
wow, the
posting
undefeated
score
teams.
there. Yeah, so
Looks close.
that means Alberta is the only undefeated team. Manitoba drops to 1 loss, so that will be interesting to see how that plays out.
If you can.
Yeah. They scored a 5-ender in the 7th end.
13-9.
Take a commanding 10-5 lead.
Whoa.
Double centers coming here from Saskatchewan.
Yep.
They're going to have to try and finish this game off with some good energy. I know it's deflating after that 8th end to have a chance and it not be pushed through, but get the center guards up here and see how this end shakes out.
Yep.
2 great center line guards from the lead. Nova Scotia's going to try and make a better come around to top 4.
Looks pretty close. Top 8, top 4, top 8.
Alexis!
Take a look. I think it's there. I think it's there.
It's got a curl. It's got a curl.
It's there, sorry. What was that?
14-5.
Huh, okay.
Saskatchewan's got some back post rocks to work with and some center guards to come around on.
I can't. We're sliding.
That does it. 6-shot rock.
Yeah, you just gotta.
Peel is a smart call. And it's great that the front end or whoever chirped in there to kind of give that idea to Katie.
Alexis, the thrower.
Nice.
Nice peel.
Yeah. Close. Firm.
Squeeze it.
Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go, Grace. Gotta go. Gotta go.
On the right.
Ah. Okay.
All right, so Saskatchewan's got an opportunity here. I mean, she nicked back to the back button, but there's still 2 center guards up front.
Okay, I'll throw same. This is a little less ice.
They're gonna try and come down to their back button rock and sit 2 buried.
Top 4. Yeah, that goes a tad more. Whoa, if it's a little more. Top 4. Line's great. Yeah.
Top 4.
Straight.
Top 4. Top 8. Hard. Top 8. Top 12.
Gotta get this by. Good.
Whoa.
You might see Nova Scotia switch gears here. Shockingly. Just because of how many center guards are up. If they don't make this double peel, they're still coming around it.
I think so. I think you can get the top 2.
Let's get both.
Yeah.
You have to hit nose.
Nose?
Like just off nose.
Okay.
Like you're gonna sit here.
Can you get it just off nose on this side?
No.
Play it the other way.
That's what she's calling, Karen.
This way?
No, I like.
No.
You gotta come this way. Like
okay.
over the top.
Over the
this
top,
way.
I
Yeah.
meant.
To get both, you sit here though.
Okay.
Yeah, and just to jump back to what Helen was saying about the pool play, I mean, there's 9 teams in the 2 pools for each pool, and they're going to have to play 8 games as the week goes on. So it's just a lot of curling to be done from these athletes.
Top button.
Don't mind it.
Nova Scotia switching gears, and they're just going to come around and try and just freeze this. Make it hard to get it out of there. Big shot here from the second.
That's gotta go.
I gave it some. Take a
Okay,
look.
okay, it's close. It's close. It's close. Really close.
Line, curl.
Back 4.
Curl.
Okay.
C line.
thrower seems to think he's heavy.
Whoa.
Got it, curl. Okay, right to this one.
Okay,
Yep.
curl it.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. 14-3. That's still a lot of weight.
So here we go for Saskatchewan. They have 3 guards out there, sitting shot rock, without, trying to come around to sit 2 and touching the button.
Maybe we should go. Top 8.
Sweeper's calling top 8. It looks like it's tight.
Only.
Another line only.
A little farther. In the pocket. Sit.
Okay. They're probably shot. They're definitely shot too.
How much do you have?
Okay.
Back line.
Yeah, you gotta stick the shooter.
Karis has had an amazing game, and this is one of those shots where it's a big shot, and she's taking on a lot of pressure with it.
Yeah. Can we just come to it?
They're 1-2.
Yeah, you're not shot.
Okay, never mind.
This one needs to move
I feel like you
You
could be in a pretty good spot if you just come to it.
15-2 probably.
Yeah.
The buttonhole does look
Yeah.
fairly exposed. If Karis can get to the inside of this rock. Here's a mixed double shot.
Yeah, she should be used to these ones. Lots of rocks in play in the
Right.
center, playing towards the center.
Right.
Little wide. It's gotta come.
Hack a little heavy. So weight dependent there.
13-2.
Big opportunity for Saskatchewan. If they can lay a tulip in here and just sit 1-2 button frozen.
Little less. T.
This is really what I love about the junior games is that you never feel out of it as a viewer. There's always an opportunity for the teams to make
Back 4.
good shots. A little heavy here though.
Bouncing.
Pretty good attempts.
Forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try to bump everything back a bit.
Same weight?
Board.
Same weight.
I think the key is from each shot, you know, they've got to communicate what they just saw, what just happened. You know, in Saskatchewan, they've maybe brushed a little bit more than they should have, so they've got to have those conversations and just sort of, you know, zero in on the line.
No, that's there.
Yes.
That's there, guys. It's good board.
Gotta curl. Curl it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
like
it's
even
good
on this shot.
Yeah, it's good experience
Sorry,
for them.
yeah, go
They
ahead.
can't, you know, you can't teach them this experience. They have to be in it. They have to learn it.
Yeah, well, I mean, in a game like this, they're just so, it feels like they're so evenly matched, and Nova Scotia has the momentum in this game, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you
Saskatchewan's
ever just go top button?
Yeah, Saskatchewan's in a good spot here to potentially steal,
Right.
which would make the 10th end very interesting. here.
Yeah. And are you ever tempted just to go button, like top 4 foot here?
If you're Saskatchewan,
Yeah.
I probably would go a little bit shorter because I'd want to force her to
Okay.
play the turn that we haven't seen. We've only seen this side of the
turn?
sheet. Yeah, we've only seen this side of the sheet all end.
Running good here.
So I think if I'm Saskatchewan, I want to force Nova Scotia to go to the out turn where we haven't seen anything come down here.
Yeah, with Saskatchewan sitting 2 near the button there, they've kind of got everything they could ask for.
Yeah, I mean, really, stealing 2 in their eyes is a win. Because then the game
Huge
is
win,
super
yeah.
tight coming towards the 10th.
Really, in any end, yeah, absolutely.
To your room. A little higher. A little higher than your broom. We're good.
So that's a nice,
Good, Ava.
nice shot by Ava.
Yeah, Nova Scotia's going to be in a situation where they just sort of want to limit them to 1, given where they're at.
Give them 1.
Okay.
Drop the button.
Okay.
This is a big line shot here. They do have some options, but the weight has to be really close.
Cut them to 1.
Yeah.
If we can move that one off the pin, it would be nice.
I think let's just focus on getting it there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit slower this side, but only still
14-8.
Like, she really doesn't have much backing. It's over buried, and she can only see a half rock on back. Here we go.
Where is it? Knee's pretty close. Back 4, back 8. Back T-line.
Whoa.
Heavy isn't.
Whoa.
Where's the line?
Alexis,
Line.
This is really curling.
Okay.
Roll it.
Yeah, roll it off.
Give her something to use.
Hey.
Well,
How about
where
now?
is
Do you
she?
ever go wide in turn? Could you
Yeah,
get
where
there?
where Kate just stopped actually blocked her own out-turn path for her second shot. So
Yeah.
Ava really only has 1 shot here, and she can wrap this around and sit 3.
Yeah, and what about the option, Helen, of just sort of blocking the in-turn path as well?
She certainly can. So she's got opportunities with this. She can just block
Right.
it, or she could. There's a lot of room between that guard and the rock in the top at the tee line. So she
Yeah.
could put a ton of pressure and actually sit for 3.
I think so too. Yeah, no, I like
or
just
block
coming
it
in
off.
here. Yeah. Yeah, this could be a massive turnaround if she's able to place this rock. We could be looking at a complete overhaul of this game.
Maybe you can go a bit. I like it. T-line. Back warm. Back 8.
Back 8 though, as Helen said, she had options to be short here. They're just gonna go
They're
right
just
behind
gonna
everything.
they're just gonna try to sweep that through so that they don't
Wow.
set anything up.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, and just to go back to that piece Helen was talking about earlier in the game about
Try to stick it here.
what are the takeaways for juniors, and that weight control element
Just pick that out.
is so important, and you just sort of see it
Draw, do you?
on different opportunities each team has, and that's from both sides.
Too tight to get through there.
The only thing with the run, if you're ever wide, you could
This is her only shot. She could play the in-turn to try to
Right.
wrap around and cut them down
Right.
to 1.
Yeah.
Like right there.
Yeah, and just on that note of what Helen's talking about, I mean, if you try and get to center line, you look at where those guards are, and to get all the way from center line to center line on the in-turn is just so difficult.
This is calm.
She's just gonna try and throw
Like that ice.
some speed here and stick one on the button with a runner.
Maybe like a hair more. Never mind.
Close.
Never.
Close.
Yep.
Whoa.
It's close. It's curling. She actually looked pretty good, and then it just
did look
jumped.
close.
Yeah.
She was, yeah.
And then it just jumped.
Maybe there could be a spot because she's curled on her draw as well.
Well, Luke, we've got a game here, so it's 6-5. Nova Scotia over Saskatchewan. We've got 1 end to come. After a short break, we will see you back here for the 10th end.
Today we learned to put one foot in front of the other. That with a little hard work, great things will happen. We can go for gold, but what matters most is having fun. We learn from some of the best, improving our skills, building confidence, and making friends that feel like family. We are proud to be the future of curling.
When I think New Holland, the first word that would come to my mind, I would think success. I think without it, for me, the success isn't there.
Whenever you deal with somebody so long and they take care of you, you remember that.
New Holland builds products that will continue to evolve and make the farmer more efficient that can produce food for the world.
And welcome back to the 10th end of the 2025 New Holland Canadian Under-20 Championships. We've got Saskatchewan that just stole another 2 points on the board, so it's 6-5. Nova Scotia's got hammer, but we know that with the rule, if Saskatchewan puts their guards touching the center line, Nova Scotia cannot touch them. So Saskatchewan's going to try hard to get this over and have it touching the center line.
Lots of curl there. Oh, wow, it just curled out of it.
So that's an unfortunate miss there by Saskatchewan. So Nova Scotia, they don't want any guards in play, so they're just going to put a rock to the wing. The other game still on the sheet here. Lots of fans still out. New Brunswick is up 7-5 over Quebec going into the final end. And Newfoundland is up 5-3 over PEI, and they're also in the 10th end.
Yeah, that New Brunswick team I know of because it was at Fredericton last year, and I believe part of them were on the University of New Brunswick team, so they were around. And Melissa Gushu, Brad's daughter, is on Team Newfoundland, so they've been doing really well getting out of Newfoundland into these national events. Second guard attempt coming.
2, 3.
Get one on center line here, start the end over.
Yeah, so Hannah's got a good one here.
I don't know.
Yeah, same week too.
Nova Scotia's just going to come around it.
That looks like more.
Little tight.
I can hit it early. Do you think we can? Okay.
So Nova Scotia can't hit this stone of Saskatchewan.
Gotta get it by, that's right.
Is that on center?
They didn't ask beforehand.
Okay.
Okay, they know.
So they're going to put it back and then remove the Nova Scotia stone. Yeah, it was just on the center line.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, Helen, where really before the shot is thrown, the sweeper should have a good idea of whether it's on center or not, so you know how to play the shot. Not that it's anybody's fault, but just the awareness of what's coming down. Come around attempt from Saskatchewan here. So kind of 2 lead misses to start this end, so we're almost even.
Just a
They gotta get it by. You can't get near center line. Maybe they're just playing it high. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Katie's actually kind of worried of the jam possibility on the side 12-foot yellow rock that they put there. Not her fault of getting it over there, but the thrower could be really close to making this and jam it.
Roll.
Nice shot.
Nice shot by Alexis.
That's really hard to do.
Yeah.
What's it like in the arena, Helen? Are many people there watching?
Yeah, there are. Obviously, when one sheet is finished, so members of Manitoba and Alberta have gone, but still lots of the rest of the provinces that are here. And what's nice is when the girls play, sometimes the guys come watch, and when the guys play, sometimes the girls come watch. So it is nice to see the athletes cheering each other on.
Just gonna peel the tight one here. The yellow guard's off center line, so it's not as much of a threat.
No, and it's really high up, and the way this ice is moving, that will actually be irrelevant where that top one is.
Looks like they got it by.
Good shot.
So Saskatchewan's going to try and get buried around that high guard so they can have a better center guard for them to come around on later on. Top 12 isn't bad in this situation. It's more about just getting it buried.
Yeah, they just want to tuck it just a little bit.
Right.
Good.
This makes Nova Scotia's peel just a little bit trickier.
Right. Probably could see similar to what she had before. What the second had.
Back that out just a little bit from her.
Sugars. Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow just because you know you can take the high guard if worse came to worse.
Which side?
Here comes Saskatchewan now. Big end here. Both teams, like you say, even record, pretty good matchup. Lots of pressure to play it under.
25? Yep. I like it. T-line.
This spot curls a lot.
Weight's good. Go.
Yeah, that's a good thing for Saskatchewan where they're trying to wrap around everything.
Weight's great.
But I have a feeling she's gonna, if she wraps around everything, she's gonna over curl and come out.
Oh, she just, yeah. Yeah, and right on cue with Helen's point. Big curl there. She rocks the front.
Okay. 10. Yep. You got it.
I see a roll away to side 12 foot here if you can. Karis has got to reset.
Peeling it off. That's okay.
How much? What was that?
10-1. 10-1.
So Saskatchewan's going to try and over bury on the O turn. The only downside of this is it's going to leave sort of half the sheet open for Nova Scotia to work with.
I think so. Yeah.
So at this national, Helen, does it work where the teams in opposite pools are at opposite clubs, or do they kind of cross-pollinate and play at the same different arenas, the same draws?
No, it's all mixed up.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I think that's a great thing where you get to see your other pools, and you know, you don't want the event to feel like you never get to see one another.
You got it. Yep, you can't make it.
I know at the Briar, for example, which I was lucky enough to play the past few years, you don't see some of the teams in the other pools, which is always a bit discouraging unless you make playoffs. Here we go, big come around attempt from Saskatchewan.
Top 4. Top 4. Top 8. Weight's great.
Trying to curl this over. Weight looks pretty good. Got to at least get it near buried on the high guard.
Ted, because even if I roll all the way over and bump that, it's okay?
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah, I like it.
As long as we hit this, it's not bad. How much feet?
10.
Okay, you got it.
Do you like that? Just roll open?
You got most of it. Yeah.
Katie's had a big game here, and she's putting a lot herself on the line. 10-second hit is a lot of weight. She's got to try and control her rock here.
Yep, hard,
Yep.
hard, 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 hard.
No, not girl! No! Whoa! Stop sweeping! Whoa, roll it over. Roll it!
Great placement.
Okay. Way to give me stress. Nice sweep. Are you okay?
Good throw.
That deserves a girl. That stressed me out.
Yeah. I think we still have to go, like we'd have to go on that one because that one was just,
Game ball here for Saskatchewan, Helen.
so. Okay.
She should have,
They're gonna have to try and
confidence with
overbury
this
this.
one. She'll have confidence with this one. She just threw this path.
Yeah, that's right.
Sweepers should know how to judge this one as well.
I like it.
Same weight.
Little more.
Yeah, a little heavy, I
Or
think.
back 4. Back 4.
Gotta sit.
There's no real
Back eight.
audible. 13-6.
Fine.
Nova Scotia might take this one in the 10th.
So Nova Scotia not having to throw their last rock there, but we had such a close game. Congratulations to both teams. Luke, Saunders, thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Helen. Always
Yeah.
great, and great to watch these athletes perform.
Yeah, good luck to the teams the rest of the way. And thanks everyone for joining in with us tonight. Have a great night.